Maniac with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. What is it today? The 15th? How many days? It's just over 2 weeks till I leave India. I'm kind of looking forward to it now. It's about time. India's run its course, mainly because I'm not doing anything. If I was alone, I could go to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's a fucking hour and a half away flight. You just jump on an hour and a half, you're in fucking Sri Lanka. Or I could go to Goa, or I could go anywhere. Thailand's only 4 hours away. But when you have kids, forget about your fucking dreams. It's over. Forget about Sri Lanka, forget about Phuket, forget about anywhere. Start thinking about swimming lessons and little junior football cunts. I'm gonna need a holiday once I get back to Australia. There's no doubt about it. As soon as I get back to Sydney, I'm going to Melbourne anyway. I've got the comedy festival. I've got a bunch of gigs going on there too, so I need to get down there. I'll have a little holiday in Melbourne. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know where I'm going to stay. Probably John Doe's fucking couch. A week on John Doe's couch in his shitty little studio, depressing apartment will be enough for me to love my family again. Maybe even 3 days on his couch. Just observing how an old man who wasted his life lives. My wife sorted out a place already, so I've got somewhere to go back to. It's in the inner west of Sydney. I'd never even heard of the suburb before, but it's not too far from where I used to live in Petersham, in that fucking converted RSL. An RSL, for those of you overseas, is a Return Service Leagues club. I think I've explained that before, but you used to be able to get cheap piss there. But about 10 or 12 years ago, me and my wife moved into a converted one. It was dodgy as fuck, but it was sweet. So it's not far from there. I'm sort of glad it's in an area of Sydney I don't know, because there's a lot of depressing memories in Sydney. There's a lot of good ones too, but on the whole, I would say there's more depressing memories than good ones. And plus, if you're familiar with the area, it's just like going back in time. It's like, oh fuck, the Aportos is still there. The chicken shop's still there. That stupid fucking Indian joint's still there. I did a lot of eating. You know what I mean? Even when I went back to Sydney before I came here, I was like, this is a little bit depressing. I left Sydney smoking DMT in a makeshift room in an abandoned RSL with Dino, and I come back to Sydney 10 minutes down the road with a wife and 2 kids. Would I still like to be Would I still like to be smoking DMT in the RSL with Dino? A little bit of me would like to be, yes. A good 10-15%, yes. The whole flame doesn't go out. It just goes from an inferno to like a birthday candle. There's still a flicker of life in there. You're just not engulfed by the flames. So Sydney is locked in for a year, minimum. But I'll be spending a little bit of time going back and forth from Melbourne to Sydney. I need to make the most of my last couple of weeks here though. I can't just let them peter out. I've got like 3 or 4 joints of hash in my GoPro case. I've got that MD still, so I need to get rid of that stuff. I can't just dump it. I think I've got to consume it. And if I don't tell you about consuming it on this podcast, can someone remind me I have all that shit in my GoPro fucking case? Just in case I forget and I try and go through the airport and get thrown in a fucking Indian prison. Actually, no need. Don't worry about it. I'm taking it out tonight. I might smoke a little hash joint tonight. I don't even like smoking weed though, but I guess it'll be something to talk about tomorrow. There's a possibility if I smoke the weed, I'll have like some deep introspection and then I'll just start becoming like a better person, which equals not funny. What's more important, being a good person or being funny? I've made my choice. I tell you, when I was like, I think I was like 14 or something, I was like failing school. I had like homework stacked up. I just wasn't doing anything. I fucking was just a lazy piece of shit. And then I got really high one day. I was just at home by myself and I smoked a couple of joints and I got so fucking depressed and so fucking like down on myself. I'm like, I'm just going to do my homework. So I sat there and over the next like 3 or 4 hours, I just smashed out all my fucking homework. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I could probably use this weed as a tool to like focus. I thought that at the time when I was like 14, 15 or something. And then I never ever used it again for that purpose. I was like, oh, this stuff could be good because it stops you from lying to yourself and you're forced to do whatever you have hanging over your head. And the other part of me was like, well, I won't be smoking weed then because I'm pretty comfortable continuing to lie to myself. It's much easier just not smoking weed. Maybe I'll have a few puffs tonight. I bet you this is what will happen. I'll fucking have a few puffs tonight. I'll get so paranoid and then I'll just take down the whole podcast. I'll just erase everything I've fucking ever done. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Yeah, I might give that a shot because I'm doing a little bit of writing and I need a little new perspective as well. I need to look at things from a different angle. So a joint will probably help with that. So that's what I'm going to do tonight now. I'm going to smoke a little bit of hashish. So if the podcast is down and all my social medias have been deleted, you know what's happened. Anyway, I'll report back on that tomorrow. Also tomorrow, there's an oppression chamber coming out. It's going to be a banger. That's another one I'm going to get paranoid tonight when I smoke the hashish. But look out for that. I'll post it on my shit anyway. But yeah, that's it for tonight. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around and I'll see you the fuck later.